Yo, what's up? So most people will never be happy, and the reason why this is because they don't eat their natural diet. It's basically impossible for you to be happy, and happy if you aren't healthy. So if you aren't healthy, it's because you're not getting the proper vitamins and minerals. Basically the proper nutrition. If you don't have cholesterol as well, which all of your cells are made out of, then you're not able to produce the correct hormones that your body's are supposed to be producing. And if your hormones are out of whack, just do some research on that, and you'll find out that there's a ton of different diseases and unhealthy states of being that happen when your hormones are out of whack. So that's why it's impossible for vegans to ever be healthy in any capacity, is because they don't have cholesterol in their diet, because cholesterol only comes from animal products. A lot of like I said, the hormones and a lot of the chemicals that are released in the brain, or from the stomach to the brain, actually do help with joy in your life. So basically the state of people, like their mental state, pretty much only comes down to the food that they're eating, essentially, at the end of the day. Because if the correct hormones aren't being released, or the correct chemicals aren't being released to your brain, like the dopamine and whatever, then it's impossible for you to be in a state of happiness, which is something that's been like pretty interesting for me. I've been reading one of Weston A. Price's books. It's like his I don't know if it's like a bibliography or whatever, but it's like a whole 500 thick page book on different things with like indigenous groups, and how most of them who are the healthiest had like seafood in their diet, from the people in like the Gaelics that were in the northern part of Europe to the Aborigines in Australia. They essentially all have animal products for one in their diet, but the healthiest people between all of those indigenous groups were eating fish. And if they didn't have access to fish, then they were still eating animals, but they maybe weren't necessarily as healthy because they didn't have access to the sea or water, which is why I think most cities are that are super developed nowadays are all by the sea, and they have access to that in general. So this is a reason why recently I've been thinking that I try not to get too upset with people when they act like rude towards me, or they're having a bad day, or they're always angry, or they have some kind of state where they're just very hostile all the time. And I try not to hold it against them too much, even though revenge in general is natural, but I try not to hold it to people, just them being grumpy and whatnot, because everyone has a bad day in general, but also it's impossible for them to be happy because they aren't healthy. I mean, imagine you're eating fried food every day, and spicy food, and it's just completely destroying the makeup, like the biome within your stomach. It's not something that is going to be helping you. And it's definitely not going to allow you to be happy, because you're completely destroying your gut biome. So yeah, that's why I try not to be too reactive, even though it's okay and normal and natural to have like emotions and react to things and however you see fit, however you want to in the moment. But you have to understand too that a lot of people have a lot of issues going on, and it's somewhat unavoidable, because when you're eating terrible food all the time, it's impossible for you to be happy, essentially.